I don't know how many of you guys saw the video I made in January of this year where I basically talked through a bunch of the questions I had about TF2 after playing the game for something like 8 or 9 years. Stuff like why Hightower and 2-Fort are the two maps that you're not really allowed to cap on, why did rocket jumping ever become a thing, and stuff like that. But I've come up with some more questions that I have about TF2, so I thought I'd share them with you guys today. But before we get into that, as always, if you're new around here, make sure you chuck us a sub. It would mean a lot to me. Maybe we can hit 1 million subscribers one day. Maybe. You never know. Okay, so my first question is, why do Valve make it so players have complete control over their interp settings, like past a certain point? Because I kind of understand being able to change it like a little bit, like so maybe if something's just slightly wrong, you can correct that. But people can make themselves so laggy that they can actually backstab people based on a position they were in literal seconds ago, which isn't good. Why do they let you do that? Like, I understand being able to change it a little bit because apparently some interps are better for hit scans, some are better for like rockets and projectiles and stuff like that. I don't really understand it. I've never changed mine, but why can you go that extreme with it? The interp spy is a term that is pretty well known in the community for abusing this feature in air quotes. It just seems really weird to me, and I think most people don't even know that this setting exists, and that those who do only change it once they like reinstall TF2 or like they're setting everything up again, and then they never ever touch it. I don't understand it. I don't think I've ever really changed my interp settings at all, but I don't think I'd ever need to change it much from where it is now to the point where I can literally kill people from where they were 5 seconds ago. That's ridiculous. Okay, for my second question, I wanted to know that why is it that all of the weapons that had a really cool concept to them, like the Sandman or something like that, got nerfed to now either be really unfun with a feature that isn't really that good comparatively, or in some cases, it would just be dumb to equip it because it's now basically a straight downgrade. I liked it when TF2 had weird weapons that did weird things because the weird stuff was what brought a lot of the charm to TF2, and it made like a lot of the servers look different and feel different and a little bit more interesting. Now I don't really ever feel inclined to use anything other than the stock on most classes because a lot of the other weapons that are out there that did have something cool as to why you would use them don't really have that anymore. I never even got good at the Sandman and Guillotine combo either, and I still miss it. I want to get good with it, but there's no point now because it doesn't really do what it used to do. And you just kind of see a lot less variety across TF2 servers now, and that kind of sucks. Like, every single scat you run into is using the scattergun, either the regular pistol or the pocket pistol, and then just the fish, the pan, the ham, whatever their default stock weapon reskin is. Now, this wouldn't be so bad if they were like evenly nerfing a lot of the weapons that were out there, but weapons that people have been complaining about for years have been left alone completely. Like, how many times have people complained about the flog? And they never touched that, but every other weapon that did have like a cool concept and it was fun and required a little bit of skill gets run into the ground, pretty much. It really makes me a little bit annoyed. Like, I could just taunt with the flog and get like Uber while I'm taunting and then crit straight after. I don't know about that one. Okay, so my third question is a little bit more of a deeper one. This is one I actually really want to know the answer to. And I've always kind of wondered, how long had it taken Valve to kind of create the economy based around their games? Like, how did the decision to even try and create an economy come around? And did they ever plan to do it and for it to be such a big part of their games from that point forward? How do you even go about just like starting a new economy? Like, there's just so many questions, and like, I don't know, I think it's all really interesting. I also wonder how close their initial vision of what they were creating back then is to what we have today. Like, did they expect things to be selling for as much as they are? Like the Golden Pan, for example, selling for over 2,000 keys, $4,000-ish. And did they know that CSGO items could be worth, like, a house deposit? Did they ever, like, envision that that would happen? I don't think they would, because that is something insane, like a virtual item being worth a house deposit. That's not really a thing you would think of, but I wonder if that was like maybe a possibility that they imagined. Because it's really hard to imagine CSGO and TF2 without the economy behind it. Like, without the TF2 items that you could trade, without like all of the skins in CSGO and all the knives and that whole culture around cosmetic items in these video games. It's weird to think of those games without those things, which is why I think that is really cool, and I'm so interested to learn how it kind of came about and why they decided to do it. All my other questions so far have been jokes. I don't really care too much about finding the answer to them, but this one I actually did want to know. Okay, so my fourth question is, why isn't there any plain black / white war paints yet? Or if not black and white, maybe some kind of shade of those two colors, so it doesn't look all like blacked out or all whited out. I don't know. Like, we have a lot of weird and wonderful war paints in the game already. Some with really weird patterns, some that maybe feel a little bit out of place. Why not do like a full black or a full white war paint for all of the weapons? I personally think that kind of stuff would look amazing. Now, I'm going to go for a little bit of a weird comparison here, but if you look at shoes or sneakers, whatever you end up calling them, there's so many that are just all black and all white. So why not TF2 guns? It is weird now I've said it. I mean, CSGO has a P250 whiteout skin that I can remember seeing. Why doesn't TF2? It would look so cool. Like, yeah, I get all the patterns. That's really cool. We've seen, like, very similar ones for the past couple of updates now. Let's just get a black and white one in. I want to see that. Even do it team colored. So red could have white and blue could have black, or the other way around. Or both teams could just use either, because the Blue Mew scattergun type stuff exists. So that isn't team colored. So anyway, that is going to do it. They are all of the questions that I have for today. If you want to try and answer any of them in the comments, that would be great. Or leave your own questions down there instead if you would like as well. Just like the last time I did this video, I'm asking these questions more for the sake of making a video out of it, rather than like actually really trying to find the answers. But, you know, if you think you have it, let me know. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. I had a lot of fun making this one. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you leave a like and also subscribe. And I'll see you all tomorrow with another video. Goodbye.